And if I have to rush, this is how I rush without feeling anxious. I'm gonna just explain this to you through the example so that I don't take the time to explain it to you and then also give you an example, just doubling the time of the video for no reason. So, I was in a situation, first of all, you already know that I'm anti rushing. Like, I'm not rushing anywhere. You've already heard my stance on that so many times on this page. I'm constantly telling y'all, slow down, slow down. I'm not rushing. You need to stop rushing. However, I do understand that there are occasions where you do kind of need to pick up the pace. It's either inconsiderate not to or whatever. So here's what the situation was, right? I'm I had a relative coming over to do an exchange with me, but we had to pick up the pace because of a situation with the baby, and there was like stuff. It was important that we pick up the pace because of the situation with the baby, and so I was kind of torn. Like I'm mid situation, like I'm picking up my pace, but I'm in my head thinking like, like I'm assessing how I feel about this because I'm like, dang, I don't believe in rushing. I'm always saying not to rush, but I also don't feel comfortable not rushing right now. I feel like this is a situation where arguably you should rush, you should pick up the pace. So, how do I be in this situation while I'm rushing, while I have this increase of adrenaline in my system? How do I be in this, but also still feel aligned and feel good, not feel anxious? I was like, there's gotta be a way for this to feel good. Because that's what I try to do. I try to always, like, to the best of my ability, feel good and blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, I'm literally mid hustle or whatever. I'm like, okay, well, it needs to be an emotion that can handle the adrenal rush of this activity, of rushing. It can't be something like peace and calm because that doesn't work. There's still an inherent adrenaline just increase when you're picking up the pace. And so I was like, why don't I just turn this into excitement? This can just be like a game. I like treat it like a video game. Like when you're, and I don't play video games, so if this is like stupid, like you can clock me in the comments. But this is what I'm thinking. Like when you play a video game and you're having to rush, you're in situations where you're like, oh crap, but you're taking turns or whatever, whatever. You don't know if you're gonna beat the level or not. You don't know if you're gonna actually get the outcome you want or not. But you're not anxious and upset. You're like, oh shit, oh dang, I'm running out of time. Oh dang. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like it's fun still. You still are like, taking the turns to the best of your ability. So that's what I did. I was like, I just kind of turned it around. I was still moving the same. Everything looked the same on the outside. But I was like, oh crap, oh dang it, I dropped this. Oh, dang. I was just like, this is just a game. You know what I mean? So that I didn't have to feel anxious and like I'm being chased by the clock. You know what I mean? I was more just like, I don't know, just in it. And then when I got to the car, like I finally get my butt out of the house. I'm already late. And I get in the car, I dropped it. I dropped the rushing because I don't think there's a point in rushing when you're behind the wheel, especially when there's traffic and you can't make much of a difference. I'm not gonna drive recklessly just because no, that's just me. So when I'm in the car and there's literally nothing I can do about it, like literally, okay, well, I'll get there when I get there and everything's gonna work out for me when I get there because things always work out for me. And they did. I got there freaking like 5 minutes early somehow. I wasn't even looking at the time. Most of the ride, I was just like jamming to the music and stuff, like dropped. So maybe something to consider next time if you are rushing because it's a situation where you kind of need to. Most of the time, you don't need to rush. But when you're in a situation when you need to, maybe try turning it into like a game.